performance reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube. Welcome, people. Thank you for clicking on my box. I appreciate it on this Friday. And today we got Flashback Friday. This is Warrior Sunsurge, Justice Force Badcube. This is an older figure. It's Sunstreaker. Is new to me, but it's poor Chip. And Chip is just jacked up. So let's just jump into the accessories. We got Chip here. He's worse than he is anyhow. Shout out to Hasbro and them representing a person with disability early on in the cartoon. But yeah, he comes all apart and he never fit together right. But for a little figure like this, he looks pretty good. Painted pretty well. All right, so let's put him to the side. Now, he has a lot of thoughtful accessories. First, let's get to the cards. He has actually 2 cards. They're not that great. They are glossy paper, but they feel like they cut them off of that cardboard that they use and just print some stuff on. So it's not as premium as newer stuff, or maybe even stuff we got back then. I can't even remember. You get these screws because you have, and you get a screwdriver. I like when companies do that, even though they don't have to. Hopefully it didn't take away from the actual toy, the money from the toy to add this screwdriver, because I'd rather not have it. But I like when they include stuff like this because we don't always have a small miniature screwdriver laying around. You get another face, which I believe this is the face that came on him, and I changed it. I don't know what face I have on there. I can't remember. I think it's like kind of smiling a little bit. But these accessories right here are pretty great because they're really thoughtful. They're not like the accessories these days where they just pack them in, stuff that you never use and just to pad the price or justify the price or whatever. These are actually change out parts. If you can see on the robot, we have really chrome, shiny chrome parts. And some people don't like chrome, shiny chrome. Some people want the matte chrome, which, looking side by side, the matte chrome may look kind of sick on this. I'm not sure, but I like the shiny chrome for now, so I'm leaving the shiny chrome. But you get the change outs. You can change the rims, because the rims are shiny chrome, to the matte chrome kind of. Got 4 of those. You got the spoiler, and you have the air intake right up here. So I think that's really, really great, really thoughtful for them. You can see the car, see the box. Box is nothing big, Badcube. Just no frills really. Y'all remember, well, Badcube's still around, I believe. They are reissuing some items. I don't think this was a reissue. I just think they were trying to get rid of it. It was probably like $55, I think. I'm not sure. But it was pretty cheap, which is why I bought it. Because Sunstreaker is not a big character for me. So I'm just going to throw this on my shelf as representation until somebody makes a better one. I know the MP is pretty good. But maybe somebody else will make one. And I will get it. I don't know. Here's the 360 on them. Pretty good. Looks like a Lamborghini. Has his gun on, which is another accessory, and the 2 missiles. I'll show that in a minute. You can take this off. And then looks like the Lambo got the air intakes, got the clear windows, got the lights in the back. You can see his head a little bit, which isn't the greatest, but what you gonna do? Hey. Also get the instructions. The instructions are pretty good. Nothing spectacular, but they help. And I was able to figure this guy out. You get the gun with the 2 missiles. The 2 missiles are on the side, but you can take them off because they do store in robot mode and they can go on the hands. So then you have this gun. You had it like that to fit in the car. And you push it down and it's going to go in his hands. Just a normal gun. It's pretty plain. I think I showed the bottom. Bottom's not too bad. Pretty clean. Pretty good car mode. These are pretty soft, so you won't break them. Got the rims, it rolls well. I know people always want to see that. We got Masterpiece Sideswipe. I couldn't think of his name. Looks good. Looks good together. The Lambros. So red alerts around here. Also, he's in robot mode, so I'll compare him in robot mode just so you can see the size, if it's comparable. So I think that's it. That's pretty much it. So we can get to transformation of this figure. So first you want to, I guess you can pull these sides out right here. They just wrap on to there. Be careful of the spoiler. There's a little, oh, what am I doing? Sides out. Pull this out like that. Split the spoiler. The spoiler's on that thing, kind of. And then this is going to go up around the spoiler. So what you want to do is kind of have it like this. So you can get this around here and then bend it. See how the spoiler bends? And just maneuver. That's the word I'm looking for. Maneuver it around. Move these all the way out maybe. This is kind of a pain because you got to get that around there like that and this around there like that. And it goes through there. Lift this up. You can pull this. It's tabbed in right there, so you can move it kind of like that. Over here as well. Going through the upper body, so it's going to get a little big. So then I take these up just so I can get this part out. And again, you want to break it all apart, like not break it, bad choice of words, but then you pull that up and then it spins around and you can just leave it like that. And this right here, gonna put this up like this, move this back, move these arms. This right here moves like that. Then you can get these arms out and just move them out, and I just get them out of the way. Same over here. Move this, not this whole thing, just this right here. Move that, move this, get these arms out the way. I just get them out the way for now. Now this, you want to you got to kind of figure out how to finagle it. Move it down like that, leaves up. See where this is? It hits that right there. So it makes it so you got to move it out a little bit. Then you can move this all the way down. And then when you move it like this, it goes around here like that and sits in there. So it hides all that in there. Then you want to pull these. Oh, you can't really see that. Let me show it from here. You pull these up on this armature. And if this is correct, it goes like that. And creates that little body in there. Then you can move this up here and move this down here like this. And it kind of sits in there like that. And that's really almost how you want it. Then this right here, this bends right there, goes flat, and then this will be like that because that's how the ending part is. Then you want to move this down, then move this back up. Then these right here will go out because they'll clamp into the arms to keep them right here. And you put that there like that. Again, clamps into that little peg on the side of the arm. And then you can put this right like this. And there you go. So you kind of have the upper body done. I'm gonna slide these out right here. It's the faux chest area. So I'll just slide them out and just leave them like that. Come here, flip these out, flip these out. You already got this out, so then you want to kind of pull these out like this. Pull these out like that. You want to separate the legs. They're pegged in here because it's the head and stuff. Separate them legs. Then you can finish moving this. No, don't finish moving that down yet. Well, it'll go down anyway by itself, but it don't matter. So then this, you want to get where you can just, it's like an angle where you can just push that in there like that and then move this around. Again, over here, proper angle where that window is, and then you just move it down. Then you can move this around, which is the waist. So now you want to move this out. It's on these armatures. You'll know, you can tell how it goes. You see how that is? It makes it look like it's the faux, you know, like the faux car parts, but they're really stuffed in the back and stuff. So then you fold this out, and now this is going to go, you see these two pegs is going to go in here. These two pegs are going to go into here. So you got to move this arm down. And that peg is going to go into there. Technically, it should be very stable, but it's not. Make sure you have it right. Move the head up, move this up on this double joint, and double joint so it like kind of sits like that. It sits up more, but then you can get it. It's kind of hard to see. It's actually hard to keep the pegs in. See, they're in now. I kind of hold this tire right here and push it in. It goes in pretty tight once you can get it all the way in. Pretty tight if you can get it all the way in again. Now for these legs, you want to kind of bend them down a bit. This right here is kind of tricky because it's got to go over that little lip right there with that thing in there as you collapse this. So what I do, which is not the greatest, I kind of collapse it and bring it down like that so I can bring it over. Can't really see that. Bring it over and up, and then it goes in there because that lip makes it hard for it to get over. Plus it gets kind of marred. You can just get the feet where they need to be. Then this is on that joint like that. Get these in here. Well, you can close that joint. And it's a little notch right there. I don't know if you can see it on there. You can see it a little better, but you can close it into that notch and then get these just like that. Oh, forgot to do the joint thing. There we go. Just got to make sure the feet are right. Then you can pull out the heel spurs if you can get them. Kind of hard. Got a tool around here somewhere. Don't want to waste too much time. There we go. Flip that out. Flip this out. Now he stands great as long as you have that flipped out. Flip his arms out and we'll be good. I usually just hit that peg to get this because this is pretty tight. Hit that peg, opens it up. And let me see, I think we're good. So here's the 360. Get them a little bit straighter. 360. Of course, alrighty. That's because got him a little too straight. He's not really back heavy. Them heel spurs help a lot. He is a mess in the back, as with most of the Sunstreakers, I believe, were a mess in the back. I don't know. Yeah, but it kind of looks like Sunstreaker. I think it looks more like the toy, especially with the shoulders. Shoulders is something that I don't like. I hate the way they look, but it is kind of accurate. Depending on how you want it, you can have the feet a little down further, so he's a little taller. Because I'll bring Red Alert in, and you can see they're similar in size. That's what they look like. I think they're both dated. This mold is dated, and I think the Masterpiece molds are for the cars are dated. I would like a update to some of those characters. I just want them to do new characters. Really wouldn't mind somebody doing an update to those characters. So he holds his gun. Now the peg doesn't work too well, but once he closes his hand, it's fine. So you can see the big old gun. He holds it well, but as soon as you open his hand, it'll fall out. These missiles can go back here. And storage, which is cool. And you can take one missile if you want. Move that, and then you got that peg there. Then there's a peg in the missile, and you just insert it. And it's like I don't know if you ever did that in a cartoon. I can't remember. Like I said, Sunstreaker isn't a great character to me, like a very important character that I remember a lot. But I do know the toy had this gimmick. So yeah, you got that. Another thing about these arms, I get into articulation, but you can get them closer to the body if you move them down a bit. And then they look a little better, but then he suffers from like ape arms. So let's get into articulation. Head goes down like that, goes way up. Nothing side to side, goes all the way around. I don't really like this peg, this bar that it's on. I mean, it's an old mold. His arm does go way up. He does get a good range. And way down, again, I showed if you want to. These things move. And that even gets more range. So you can get that out the way. So you can get that up if you need to. And you can, I like the way it moves because you can even, I like the way. Okay. But you can even, you know, move it so it kind of looks like, or move it like this if you're trying to get that. So it kind of looks like, I like little stuff like that. It's pretty cool. You can move them all the way around, of course. You got the bicep swivel. You got double jointed elbow, hand. You saw the hand earlier, fingers all on one pin. I got the types, normal thumb, nothing moves, and it moves in a circle. Waist, you got the waist swivel. It gets impeded a little bit, but you can get around it without scraping it. If you're careful. Skirts, you got the skirts. Individual, no ab crunch, no skirts in the back or side. So he's getting the hurdles, he's competing. And it's friction, but I think it's perfect. Like the friction joint is perfect, especially for this figure that has minimum, I think maybe, I don't know, this might be die cast. No, that feels like plastic. I don't think there's any die cast in here. Legs, swivel. Again, this is tight, but not super tight. It's like perfectly toleranced. You got a double jointed knee that you can get the full range if you need to. You see toe tilt, toe up a little bit. You can get this foot pretty much where you want it, like as far as that. And it has a rocker that is super tight. Both sides are super tight. This one isn't tight. This one's super tight. So you can get the way rocker, like way. That looks crazy. But yeah, so this just been a Flashback Friday review. I just bought this figure because it was super cheap, and I wanted to see what it was held up, and I'm gonna throw it on my shelf for now, just because I'm going to. And I mean, they're all dated. All the MP cars to me are dated. The older ones, there's some of the first, Transformers or MPs I got into, and they were all like good prices. They were super cheap back then. So this has been Sunstreaker. If you like this review, please do what you do on the YouTubes, and I will appreciate it greatly. Leave me comments, whatever. I hope to see you again if this is your first time. Peace.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you're alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.